We got up early this morning. We got a long hike. Got up before it got light. Packing things up. We're going to eat breakfast and head out, get a good start on it. We want to get on the trail before it gets hot. We're hoping to see some moose on the trail too by getting up early. So we're going to eat breakfast and then head on out. We got a probably about 15-mile, maybe longer hike. This part of the Greenstone, this is the middle part of the Greenstone on this ridge up on Isle Royale. It's brushy, and then all of a sudden you get these rocks and they'll get brushy. And when it gets brushy, here it was drizzling this morning, and you know, going through that brush, you really can get soaked. And we're not sure if that's a fire tower, because if that's a fire tower, it ain't gonna see anything but brush. I think it's a little cabin that they got up that you can rent, and it wouldn't be bad if you could see everything, but all you're doing is looking in the brush. That would have made a real nice little love shack to bring the wife up. Then you come to some longer stretches of the Greenstone, and it's more open and a lot of beautiful birch trees. It's really pretty with seeing a lot of birch trees like this, and some of them are pretty healthy birch trees. So this Greenstone Trail is kind of unique. It has just different types of, how would you say, a terrain, environment.
Yeah, just different type of surroundings, I guess, or
whatever the word we're looking for. Yeah, it changes. In a little bit, it'll change again.
Yeah. But it's nice to be out of the shoulder-high brush, which we've dealt with a lot of the time. I'm not complaining, but...
Timber! Now we're on a section where it's all maple, hardwoods. Yeah, it's really unique. You go through different stages.
Good afternoon, fellow backpacker hammock campers. We're up here in the afternoon at a beautiful Isle Royale National Park. This is my first trip with my new Dutch chameleon hammock. I figured I like blue, but beside that, I'm really enjoying this hammock. I had a Blackbird previously. I still have it, but I wanted a second one, and I was excited to try this out. And you know, it very, very comfortable. Love the new suspension. I'm going to hook my my other Blackbird up with this suspension too, because this goes up so quick. Plus, it can be stored separately if wet. Because otherwise, my other hammock with the suspension attached, everything, if the suspension is wet, I got to shove it into a plastic bag and everything. So this goes up slick, so really like it, and getting a great night's sleep in it also. So this is Runner signing off for now, and we'll see you here in a little bit.
Well, what
later.
about the features?
Features? What other features?
Show us the features. You got features.
All right.
You got a screen on there. Does it come with the screen?
No, it don't come with
Sir,
the screen.
does it come with the screen?
Marine.
No. Does it come with...
The Marine, I got, can't remember what he calls it, but I have a...
it's kind of like a loft bag.
Loft bag, and so my head is up here on this end.
Show us that loft bag.
Originally I thought, well, the loft bag's kind of neat where, you know, pull it out like this, put all your stuff in it, your pillow or whatever you want to get at during the night.
Clothes.
Or to just get set up for bed. My bedclothes and everything that I wear up here. And so crawl in, especially if there's mosquitoes and bugs, and I can reach everything. And then take off whatever I'm wearing, put it up in here, slide that back up, stores it really nice above your head. So
yeah, it's kind of like a peak bag. I have a peak bag, but
that's
this
what it is.
Really,
Or something like that.
Dutch calls it a peak bag? Yeah.
I think he may. There's another bag that it came with to store other stuff, like I use it for my glasses and stuff like that, so kind of handy.
What's cool with that one, you can put a water bottle in there.
You could put a water bottle in it,
that.
but that's very handy. And then another little side back here. You know what I mostly use this for is all my stuff sacks, to make sure that if when I'm ready to pack up, I know exactly where they're at to help me keep organized. Other few assorted items. So
what's this gizmo here?
well, this gizmo, as the Marine calls it, is just a little added feature to kind of maybe stabilize it. I really haven't used it, haven't seen a need for it, but you could stake.
Well, don't you think that holds the out so the bug net isn't against you?
Yeah, well, for me, I'm kind of small, so it hasn't been a big deal.
For me, I'd need that to get the bugs off me because they're ferocious up here, and that would have been, that's a nice feature.
Haven't really used it that much, but there's we put one on. You can put. There's a couple different spots that you can put it. So I put one on up by the head, one up by the foot, and you can kind of pull it out. So you know, if you want it a little bit more roomy, it hasn't been an issue for me, but I like it. Also, what he else he put on here, these little hooks on the side, and I find them somewhat useful for when I get the underquilt on. Some of that underquilt and quilt protector kind of hooks up into there. And that really helps to keep everything in place, so I do like that. And then I am a big fan of the zipper system here. Zips all the way around, but these are easy to find in the middle of the night when you need to get up. And my other hammock, I found it more difficult to find these. So, and there's a pull on the inside and the outside, of course. So, I really like that part of it too. But otherwise, nice hammock. Glad I got it.
How did you sleep in it?
Like I said, the Marine, I sleep really good. I sleep really good in my other hammock too, so the sleep is never an issue when I'm up here. Maybe it's just because we're getting so much of a workout, exercise throughout the day, hiking and backpacking. But boy, when I lay down in this, I fall asleep very quick.
What about the beetle bug suspension? What do you think of that?
Bug, well, is that what we already mentioned it? But
beetle suspension is called.
Beetle suspension. Love it. Actually, love it. I love it.
Show us how that works.
And I'm a strap guy, but this kind of, you can adjust it by if I want to go higher, pull this way, or if I want.
Show us. Pull it.
This way. Okay.
Pull the strap that way, and then to loosen it. We're back here at Island Mine campsite. Just collected some firewood. It rained this morning, so it's kind of wet. Took us a while to get the coals going, but now we got a good set of coals. We're gonna get ready to eat in about an hour to have our dinner and then just wind down the rest of the night. We got this fire going. It's really nice because we can get rid of these mosquitoes. There's not a lot of places up here you're allowed to have fire, and the mosquitoes are pretty bad, so it's nice to have a fire again. And all right, guys, when we're up here, there's very little places we can have fire. This is one of them. But we didn't bring a little saw, so we don't have nothing to cut wood. But I'll show you a little trick how to break the wood up. We're looking for wood about wrist size in diameter. And so we got some of this stuff here. And to break it, you find two trees that are pretty close. And you take this. Just like that, you got firewood. You don't need a saw or an axe. Just use what's out there, find two trees, and then use a fulcrum and bam, snap them into pieces.
What's better about it? Why do you like it better?
It's, if you watch a film, you can see how yours lights quicker. This takes a while to light.
I thought you liked it better.
Huh?
You like that better?
No.
You like
Fancy pizza, that's cool.
Oh. I felt that.
Like if we're going in the wintertime, I'll definitely have a fancy pizza when that time. Woke up this morning about 5 o'clock, it started raining. So I started tearing things down, get things ready, put everything in the pack. I took the hammock out, got everything done, left the tarp up. This is what's great about backpacking with a hammock. Here we took everything down. Now we got this big tarp here, eating our breakfast. We're sitting there kind of waiting for the rain to... Got everything packed. People around here, there's probably about 30 people around here that have tents, and they're just sitting in their tents waiting for the rain to stop. We're pretty much ready to go. We're going to wait a little bit. If it doesn't start raining, I'll put cover for the pack and then put on my rain jacket, and then we'll take down the tarp and then take off and just hike in the rain. Because we're dry right here, everything's dry. We don't have to worry about a wet tent or, you know, the tarp we put in a snake skin. I have my tarp, we put them on the outside, so we don't have to worry about that getting wet. As soon as we get to camp, we set that up, nothing gets wet. So this is really a slick way of camping. I really like backpacking with a hammock because of this. When you come in situations like this, especially in rain, we're nice and comfortable sitting there enjoying the view where everyone else is in their tents right now. I'm not knocking the ground dwellers, but yeah, I am. I'm knocking the ground dwellers. I'm having a great time right now. I hope they're having a great time inside that tent, that small tent, smelling each other and wishing they're underneath my tarp. How you doing over there, Runner?
Morning. Great day at Isle Royale, huh?
Yeah. Are you dry?
Are we in Canada? Hey?
Are you dry?
I'm dry.
Anything wet?
I think I'm dry for now.
Anything wet?
No.
Yep.
Nothing's wet.
The only thing that's...
Why wouldn't I be?
I was
Got
just...
a nice tarp over the top here. High and dry. Enjoying my morning joe. A little bit of oatmeal. I had your favorite today.
Peaches and cream?
If it wasn't raining, I'd come over there and give you a little, but sorry. I already ate it all.
I miss peaches. As you can see, we're not having a bad time. We're having a great time here. Even though it's raining, we're fine. We're perfectly fine. And got a nice view out there. Beautiful view.
57 degrees.
Nice hiking weather. Got this nice bridge over, I think this is Washington Creek. Runner and I are taking about a 3-mile hike. We're going to hike up this overlook on the Manag Trail. Right down there was an old dam, not a beaver dam, but a human dam. So this must have been part of the mining company over here. Had this dam to get power a long time ago. We were talking to some of the park rangers that were camped out on Island Mine Camp. We were talking to them and they were telling us how the beavers population is really high because the wolf population is down, and they're hoping they introduce the wolf back here to make their job easier because the beavers keep knocking trees down over the path. So they said if they brought some wolves out here, that would help them with their work. Less work for them to do and more time to do what they do. We're here at a group site. We couldn't find any good hangs in the individual sites. We had to come over to this group site. I feel kind of bad because there's like 6 tent pads here, and if anyone comes in, we'll just tell them to come on in. But there's not many people. It's Thursday. It's been raining all day. We're trying to dry everything out. The trail was real muddy. No moose, but we're hungry. We're ready to eat. I'm having Packet Gourmet Big Easy Gumbo. And Runner, you're having
Lasagna.
Lasagna from Crucetta's?
Yep.
Yeah, Crucetta's. That is a batch stove 2.0 FE, and FE is for fuel efficient. So it's a good little stove. You don't have to use as much fuel, and it burns a little bit hotter and faster than a normal alcohol stove. One of the reasons I like Packet Gourmet is, well, number one, they taste great. I really like them. I think they're probably the best taste in trail food there is, dehydrated food. The next why I really like them, they pack really nice and they fit in my cozy. And all I have to do is I take a knife and I cut the top off here, pretty close to the edge of the cozy, and then I eat away. And it keeps it nice and hot. This thing will stay hot for at least a half hour. Look at that, doesn't that look good? The Big Easy Gumbo by Packet Gourmet. Other dehydrated food has a bag where they have a cozy kind of built into it, and I don't want to lug that around. That's why I like these little bags by Packet Gourmet. What you got, runner?
Campers on a budget. The old trustworthy, what is this, Mountain House food. And I'm not near as fussy as the Marine over there, so I can eat pretty much anything.